Hello everyone, this is Group 4. The future isn't predictable, but that doesn't mean we have to be passive. So how do we turn uncertainty into opportunity? Today we will introduce planned opportunism, a strategy for proactive innovation. Instead of waiting for major trends, we will show you how to spot weak signals, those early hints of change in technology, markets, or customer needs. Then we will walk you through a practical process to test these signals and turn them into real opportunities using low-risk experiments. Our team will cover how to identify the signals, develop them into testable ideas, and prototype safely, just like company IBM has done successfully. Let's begin.
This slide explains the concept of planned opportunism. First, it says that the future is shaped by nonlinear changes and unexpected events. I learned that things don't always move in a straight line. Situations can change suddenly. In my life, this reminds me to stay flexible and not rely too much on fixed plans. Second, leaders need to respond with planned and systematic actions. This means we can't just wait for opportunities. We have to prepare for them. I learned that preparation is what allows people to react confidently when something unexpected happens. For me, I can apply this by organizing my goals, planning my routines, and being ready to adjust when needed. Third, the key skill in planned opportunism is sensitivity to weak signals. These are early signs of future changes, like trends in technology, demographics, or customer needs. I learned that paying attention to small signals can help us make smarter decisions before everyone else notices. In my own life, I can apply this by observing small patterns, such as what helps me improve, what challenges are coming, or what new opportunities I can explore early. Overall, this slide taught me that success comes from being prepared, staying observant, and being ready to act when opportunities appear, even if they start as very small signals.
This slide focuses on how our organization can identify weak signals, which are early signs of change coming from employees, market, or technology. The signal may appear subtle, but detecting from early helps anticipate shifts before they become major challenges. The slide highlights three methods. First, using digital platforms such as TCS's Ultra Matrix allows employees to share insights and observations that might reveal emerging trends. Second, cross-functional task forces like those used at GE Healthcare bring together diverse perspectives to spot early changes more effectively. And third, asking strategic questions about future customers, technology, and competition helps leaders uncover potential developments that could affect the organization. Together, this method strengthens an organization's ability to sense change early and respond proactively.
So now into slide 4, develop and test hypothesis. So let's take a school example. A teacher might notice a weak signal, like a few students are doodling comic strips in their notebooks during breaks, and that's an early sign of interest. The teacher then turns that signal into a clear, testable hypothesis. Their business idea might be, if students are already drawing comics for fun, they might be interested in an after-school cartooning club. So the key is to test this hypothesis before making a big commitment. The teacher doesn't order expensive art supplies or schedule the club for the whole year right away, but instead they can run a low-risk experiment. Like they could announce a single cartooning workshop next Tuesday after school using basic pencils and papers from the supply closet, and they see how many students show up and how engaged they are. So if the results of this small test gives real data, like 15 students come and are excited, the hypothesis is strong. The club is a good idea. But if only 2 students show up, the hypothesis might be wrong, and only a little time and paper were used to learn for that lesson. So this process turns a simple observation into a smart evidence-based decision.
So experiment with low-risk prototypes means to test new ideas safely first. Instead of making a big risky bet, we should run small experiment tests and cheap experiments to learn what works. This avoid big failures like Hasbro's expensive mistakes with nursery schools. And a good example is Mahindra and Mahindra, which uses its existing Bolero vehicle as a simple test bed to try out ideas for its new Scorpio SUV before fully building it. And in our daily life, we can do this too, such as trying new recipes for yourself, just for yourself, before cooking it for a big party, or testing a new way of organizing your work for a week before making it a permanent rule. This smart approach lets us learn and adapt without taking a huge risk.
So, planned opportunism is about staying ready, not just waiting for things to happen, but shaping what you can while staying open to what you cannot control. So here's what we learned from this presentation. First of all is to be proactive and not reactive. For instance, instead of cramming the night before an exam, schedule study sessions 2 weeks ahead so that you can give yourself more time to prepare. And the second point is planned opportunism builds organizational resilience and adaptive culture. For example, if a group project fails, make sure that you have a backup plan by keeping your own notes, knowing the grading rubric, and also staying in touch with the professor early. And the third point is focusing on what we can control while respecting the external uncertainties. So, for instance, you can't control if a class gets cancelled. However, you can control how you use that free time. You can review your notes, work on a side project, or rest intentionally. In short, plan ahead, stay flexible, and use uncertainty as a chance to practice adaptability in your studies, work, and daily choices. Thank you.